Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and in this video we are gonna list my top 10 transfers in the Premier League. We have done for the all the other leagues as well, so if you wanna go ahead and check out the top 10 transfers in my opinion in La Liga, in Serie A, in Bundesliga and League One, you can go ahead and check them out. I will put the links in the description below for if you guys wanna go ahead and look at those videos as well. In this video we are gonna concentrate on the Premier League, and we are gonna see the 10 players that I think are gonna have the most impact for their new teams, and I have based this on the on the players that I think are gonna have the most impact. That's one thing, and the second thing that I have based on this is the fees that the clubs have paid for these players, and was the fees deserving of the talent that they have brought into the club. So I have taken both of these accounts, these things into accounts, like the financial aspect and the performance aspect of these players, and on that basis I have made this list. I have done the same for the other leagues as well, so if you want to have, as I said before, you can go and check them out, and we are going to talk about the Premier League in this video. So let's get right into it. At number 10, I've gone with a free transfer. It is Ilkay Gundogan coming back to Manchester City. Now the other thing is you can have all these big money signings that a lot of clubs have done, but getting a Gundogan back on a free after just 1 year of him leaving your club, I think it's a big signing for Manchester City, and I think people are like it is sort of being considered as sort of a nostalgia act that Gundogan coming back to Manchester City, and a lot of people are not really understanding that the impact that he's going to have. I said the same thing when the rumors starting coming that he's going to come back. I think it is going to be a very big signing for Manchester City. He's just like people need to remember that 12 months ago he was here, he won the treble with Manchester City, and he was such a crucial part of the team, and he left Man City just because he wanted to go to Barca. It did not work out there, but he's still the same player. It's like he does it's not that he would have changed in just 12 months. He's still the same player, and the way he has played in the last game, it's showing that the Gundogan that the City fans loved is still there, and I think this could turn out to be a masterstroke by Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. Bringing him back, they have brought in such an important player, a crucial player, an experienced player. The guy has won it all, and he knows how to, as he's a leader for them as well. The respect that the players that they're gonna have for him is on another level, I think, and it's as I said, it's a very smart signing, and I think he's gonna be very important for them as they try to make history, try to make it 5 feet, and I think if they do it, he's going to be a very important for them. At number 9, it's Jean-Claude Todibo coming from Nice to West Ham on loan. I like the thing with West Ham, like they have made so many signings this year. I think West Ham have had one of the best transfer window in all of Europe, and to pick Todibo out of all the players that they have brought in, like, was in a way a question mark. A lot of people would have picked him as their main signing, but I think he is a very smart signing, and they have bought him on a loan as well. Is a big guy, almost a 6 foot at the back. You need that defensive, the defensive protection, like to make sure that you don't go ahead and concede too many goals. Lopetegui, he likes to play that 4-3-3, and he's gonna have that attacking formation in the mind. And when you are playing that formation, me being an Arsenal fan with Wenger, I know how much of a problem that can be when you receive when you are on the receiving end of a counter attack from opposition team. So I think Todibo is going to be very influential, that he's good with his head, as I said, quite physical as well, great with the ball as well. West Ham are now trying to play it out of the bag, and I think he's good with his foot. He can carry the ball forward as well, and I think it's going to be a very good signing. The start for West Ham has not been good, but I think people need to look at the games that they have played. They have played Villa, and the 2 games that they have lost, it's Aston Villa and Manchester City. It is 2 tough games, and I think in both the games they were really good. They were just unlucky in some aspects, like it was a 2-1 in the City game when they hit the crossbar twice. If one of those goals would have gone in, it would have been 2-2 and the scenario would have changed. But the start for West Ham has not been that impressive, but I think they are going to get better, and I think Todibo is going to be one of the most important factor for West Ham if they are going to have a good season. I have them finishing 6th, and I think Todibo is going to play a big part in for West Ham this season, and they have brought him in on loan as well. I think that is a very like a very smart move as well. They can test him out, and then they have the option to buy as well next season. I think he's going to be a very good signing, and they will buy him eventually permanently next year. But for this season, a very smart signing. There are other options in West Ham, but I think Todibo is going to be the one, like the best signing in my opinion. Number 8, I have gone with Fabio Carvalho from Liverpool to Brentford for just 24 million euros. I mean, what a signing that is by Brentford. Is a very talented, gifted player. Plays the number 10 role. He can play on the flanks as well. And I mean, it is good for Carvalho to come to a team like Brentford. He was not getting the minutes at Liverpool, and with the talent that he is, he needs a regular playing time, and he's gonna get that at Brentford. And like the thing which is a perfect fit is like Brentford, like Liverpool, are an attack minded team. They like to attack. I like Thomas Frank's approach to football. He likes to play attacking football. I think Carvalho is gonna be perfect for him. As I said, he can play as his main position is the number 10 role, but he can play on the flanks as well. He has a great left foot as well. He can score those long range screamers as well. So I think it's a very good signing. And just for 24 million, he's about 22 years of age, a young player. He's gonna get better as he gets older. So I think it's a very good signing. Will he stay at Brentford for a long period of time? I don't think so. I think he will stay for just a couple of years, because he's such a great talent. I think he's gonna get better, and he might return back to Liverpool, or some other big club might come in for him. But for this year, I think he's gonna shine for Brentford, and the Brentford fans are gonna love him. And again, I would say 24 million. It's a very like a smart signing. It's a steal for Brentford to get him for just 24 million. It's a very low price for a talented player like Carvalho. Number 7, it's Emil Smith Rowe from Arsenal to Fulham for 32 million euros. I mean, what a signing that is Fulham. I know everything about ESR. Being an Arsenal fan, I have seen him play. I know how much of a great player he is. Like, technically gifted. He can do anything you want. He's that number 10 player, but he can play on the flanks as well. He will score he will score you goals as well. He will provide for you. He's a engine, like in the heart of your midfield. He's going to be a very good player for Fulham. It's just unlucky for him that at Arsenal he went through a lot of injuries, but because otherwise, like when he came, he and Saka both came through the hole and together, and most of Arsenal fans like thought that he was gonna be the superstar that, as compared to Saka. But as I said, things happen. His injuries did not let him have a proper chance at Arsenal, and now he has gone to Fulham. I think it's a very good signing. He's just like 22 years old. He's gonna improve, and he's gonna be a great player for Fulham. He has already scored a goal. He has already assisted a goal. He has settled in perfectly at Fulham, and I think Marco Silva knows that he's got a gem of a player. They needed a creative midfielder at Fulham, and they have got they've got Emil Smith Rowe, and I think he's going to have a great season. We might end up seeing that this could turn out to be one of the signings of the season in the Premier League. It's not being talked about that much because he's going to a smaller club. I think that's the bias that usually comes in with these top 10 lists, or when people talk about the signings of the season, it's usually they talk about the bigger clubs. But I think if you're talking generally, I think ESR to Fulham is going to be one of the signings of the season. Let's hope he stays fit. That's the main thing. If he stays fit, he's going to easily return you like 10 to 15 goals in the season. That's I'm very confident. I think Fulham are gonna have a great time with him. Number 6, it's Jadon Sancho from Manchester United to Chelsea on loan with an option to buy, and I mean that transfer as it's just mind-boggling that Manchester United have let him go. He was on loan last year at Dortmund, and then he came back, and there was all these rumors that Aaron Ten Hag and Sancho have made up. But I said that it was BS, that there is not going to be any patch up or makeup between these two. He's not going to be a United player by the end of the transfer window, and I was proven right. They have let him go on to Chelsea. That is quite surprising. Like, they have strengthened their rival. Jadon Sancho is a great talent. I think he was misused as at Manchester United, and he was used as a scapegoat by Ten Hag. He was really good at Dortmund last season. We saw how important he became for them in their Champions League run to the final, and I think at Chelsea it's his club. Like, he grew up supporting Chelsea, so he has basically gone to his boyhood club. I think he's gonna have a great time there, and I continue to say that Maresca is bringing in these players. Now it's like the type of players that can play anywhere into the in the front four or front five. He can play as the number 10, he can play on the wings, he can play as the false striker, he can play just behind the striker. Like, he's such a talented player, Jadon Sancho, and as I said, he was misused at Manchester United, but I think at Chelsea, with a new project, you have a lot of new players coming in, and I think all of them are gonna take a bit of time to settle in. But I think once they settle in, Chelsea are gonna have a strong team. And I keep on saying this about Chelsea, that let's hope they don't go ahead and sack Maresca, because if that happens, then it's back to square one. So let's hope they keep Maresca, and I think Sancho is going to turn out to be a very good signing. There's an option that Chelsea have to sign him permanently if they finish above 14th. I predicted them to finish 9th, so if that happens, Sancho is going to sign permanently for Chelsea. But I think United are going to curse themselves for letting him go to Chelsea, and because I think he's going to have a great time there, and I think he's going to be score a lot of goals and provide assists for Chelsea. As I said, a great signing for them, in my opinion. Now, for a player from a player who left United to a player who joined United, Matthias de Ligt from Bayern Munich to Manchester United for 45 million euros. I mean, United needed a defender, like a centre back that who they could trust. Their defense has been an absolute shambles for last 2-3 years, last 2 seasons. It didn't matter who the manager was, it was just bad. And to be very honest, it has been bad this season as well. It's not like they have improved or anything, but I think de Ligt is going to be a very crucial member of their defense. I think they needed a leader, like a big presence at the back, and I think de Ligt is going to be that person. Ten Hag de Ligt really wanted to come to Manchester United. He liked Ten Hag, and Ten Hag was Ten Hag's one of main guys he wanted to bring to the club, so he would be very happy. They have paid a good amount of money for him, and I think with the experience that de Ligt has, he would be very important for them. He knows how Ten Hag likes to play, and I think he's gonna do well at United. The defense has been a problem. They have tried to fix this issue. They have brought in Euro, they have brought in de Ligt, they have brought in Mazraoui. So let's hope it works this time, and I think de Ligt is gonna be very important for them. And the money that they have paid, I don't think that's it's not that much of a big amount for a player like de Ligt. And I think the first game against Liverpool, it was not that impressive, but as I said, it was just his first game, and I think they are gonna get better as the season goes on. And I think de Ligt is going to be very crucial for United if they want to finish in that top 4. From one defender to another defender, this time it's Arsenal. Riccardo Calafiori from Bologna to Arsenal for 45 million euros, and I think it is a great signing. I am very happy. I was very impressed with him at Bologna last year. He was such an important and crucial part of that team, and then he was amazing for Italy at the Euros, and then he's coming to Arsenal. There are still question marks about whether he will start or how many games he's going to play, but I think he's going to be a very important and crucial part of the squad. I personally think he's going to play that as a left back a majority of the games, but he will slot in and play at the center back position as well. And he's quite young. He's the type of player that Arteta likes in in a defender. He can carry the ball forward. He's technically gifted. He has he's got a great pass in him. I still remember his assist for Italy in the Euros. He can move. He can take the ball forward himself as well. He has got pace as well. As I said, he can play at the left back. So like it's a very good signing and all-round defender. And I think we Arsenal, as an Arsenal fan, I'm very happy with that signing. When he was signed as well, as I said, it's a great thing that they have brought him in. And Arsenal are going to be in so many competitions this year, and they want to challenge the City for the title. So they are going to need everybody. Let's say you now have a player, you have Zinchenko, you have Tomiyasu, you have Calafiori, and you have Timber, who can all play a left back. Tomiyasu and Zinchenko, they can also play at a right back as well. Calafiori and Timber, they can play as the center backs as well. So Arsenal now have this depth in defense, and I think bringing Calafiori was very crucial, and I think he's going to play a big part, big role if Arsenal are actually going to go ahead and win the league. A great signing in my opinion. Number 3, it's a Pedro Neto from Wolves to Chelsea for 60 million euros. I mean, this is a signing that nobody really expected it to happen. It was all Spurs, and then Chelsea come in, pay the amount, and they get their man. And it has not been a good start in a way for Neto. He has not really played that many games. But as I said, there are too many players at Chelsea, and Maresca is still trying to figure out his first 11, the team that he really wants to play with. But I think Neto is going to be one of the players that is going to be very important for Chelsea. A great player on the left, on the flanks. He can play on the right hand side, on the left hand side. He likes to cut in and take his long range shots, like a very technically gifted player. Great on set pieces as well. Great with his dribbling. He has a pace, and I think he's going to be very important for Chelsea. I keep on saying this with Maresca, that you are all the 3 games that I have seen for Chelsea, I really don't know which player is playing in the what position. If you look at their front 3, there was a time in the last game at one time when Cole Palmer was playing as the striker, and Nicholas Jackson was on a right hand side, and João Felix was on the left hand side. Like, they are so interchangeable, all the front 5. I think that is going to be a very important for Chelsea, and I think Neto is going to be a very crucial part of it as well. They have paid a big amount of money, and I think they are going to get a good return out of him as well. It's still early days. People are still already asking questions of him, but I think he will come good. I think he's going to score a good amount of goals for Chelsea and help them get back to the top half of the table, get back into the Champions League places. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think that is the aim. I think he will score a good amount of goals for Chelsea. Number 2, it is Amadou Onana from Everton to Aston Villa for 60 million euros. Again, this is going to be like one of the most underrated signings in the Premier League. Nobody is really talking about him, but I think Aston Villa have struck gold with him. They lost Douglas Luiz, and like there was a lot of talk about him having lost such an important player. They lost Moussa Diaby as well. So to bring in Amadou Onana, I think it is a very good signing. You need that sort of a player in your midfield, a person that he's a big lad, over 6 foot. His tackling is brilliant. He is so good with his feet, on the ball movement, off the ball movement. He can break up the play. He can make that like the moment he play. He sort of reminds me of João Palhinha, like the way Palhinha used to play. Onana reminds me of him. Like, the moment he breaks up the play, he's looking for that pass, he's looking for that counter attack for his team, and I think Unai Emery is gonna love him at his club. That is why he's gone ahead and paid such a big amount of money. I think Onana is gonna be one of the signings of the season, and I think Aston Villa have struck gold. He has already scored a goal, and I watched him play at against Arsenal, and I was like constantly cursing him throughout the game because he was so good in the midfield. Arsenal struggled really they has really struggled against him, but I think, and that is why I think he's going to be a very important for Aston Villa, and I think it's a great signing for them. And finally, number one, this player has still not played a game, but I think it's the signing of the season. It's a Dominic Solanke from Bournemouth to Tottenham Hotspur for about 63 million euros. I mean, what do I need to say about him? He scored 19 goals last year, almost 10 assists for his teammates as well. So he's not only a goal scorer, he provides assists as well. And now he's going to come into a Tottenham side that have that are better at creating chances. They have more talented players, and that is gonna help Solanke score more goals than he did at Bournemouth. Like the perfect striker for Postecoglou, to be very honest with you. They have missed Harry Kane a lot. A lot of Spursmen don't really accept it, but they have missed him last season, and now they have got a striker that can score goals from anywhere. He likes to make those runs behind, and with players like Madison and Son and Kulusevski, all of them playing those long balls, playing those inch perfect passes for him to make those runs behind the defense and use his space and get to the ball, and like it's going to be very good for Spurs. As I say, he has not played the game one single game till now because of his injury, and I think when he starts playing, it's going to be very good for Spurs. I think he's going to score a good amount of goals. Again, I would say he's if not for Erling Haaland, I would have said he's one of the favorites to win the Golden Boot in the Premier League this year. But again, you have Haaland. This guy is already got seven goals in 3 games till now, 2 hat-tricks already, so you know he's gonna win the Golden Boot again. But I think Solanke is gonna have a good season. Let's just hope. I personally hope that his first game is not against Arsenal, and if it's against Arsenal, the North London derby, he doesn't perform. After that, like, you can go ahead and do whatever you want, but just don't play good against us. But as I said, a good like not even good, a great signing for Spurs. I think he's gonna be a very crucial for them, and the amount of money they have paid for him, I think he's gonna repay them every penny of it. That's how good I think he's gonna be at Spurs. I'm a little bit envious of that, but I think they have got a good striker. I would have loved him at Arsenal, I'll be very honest with you, but Arteta had other plans, so let's not go get into that. But at the moment, I think it's a great signing. So yeah, that is it for me. This is my list of the top 10 transfers in the Premier League. Let me know in the comment section below, do you agree with my list? Do you think I missed out somebody, I skipped somebody out, or do you think my list was right? And who do you think out of these 10 players is going to have the most impact for their club, and who do you think is going to be a flop out of these 10? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 300 subscribers before the month of September ends, so we are like running with, it's a race against time. It's going to be very tough, but let's hope we go ahead and achieve our target. So it will be helpful if you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.